What's up, everybody? This is a Force of Nature Spiritual Awakening, and today we will be discussing Sun squared Saturn, natal aspect in the natal birth chart. So, first, we're going to break down what the Sun is all about. So, the Sun is about your identity, your ego, your characteristics, your traits, your personality. It has a lot to do with your self esteem and how people perceive you on the outside opposed to the inside. So the sun represents our vitality and our conscious ego, the self and its expression. It establishes our will to live and our creative force. It is associated with spontaneity and being spontaneous and health. A well aspected sun will describe a person who has heart, okay? Who has motherfucking heart, who cares for others, both in general and at the personal level. A poorly aspected sun will describe a person who either has much more difficulty accessing this love and caring ability. In your chart, the position of the sun represents your life purpose and style in which you make your mark in this motherfucking world. Okay, so let's jump right into this. Sun squared Saturn. Men and women. So now, the issue of self-esteem and self-worth is highlighted with this aspect. And you may experience a degree of hidden insecurities and fears of full involvement in life. You may feel that your success is being frustrated by the world, which appears to confront you by obstacles on your way. So these men and women are going to experience some intense obstacles, hurdles, mountains to climb, okay? This is going to indicate that life for these men and women is not easy, okay? It is very extremely difficult for these men and women in this lifetime. Moving along, much depends on your reactions to such experiences, and your inner attitudes will determine how you deal with them. So now at times, these men and women can seem almost over assertive or even extremely aggressive. And this can diminish opportunities for cooperative endeavors, to develop. Now, especially when you fail to notice your effect on others, or inevitably ignoring their feelings and sensitivities. Okay, so these men and women can ignore how they feel, and their sensitive side can also be being ignored by them, by themselves. So often this is just an overreaction to your fears in relating to people. And instead of relaxing more, you tend to project through your tightness and over dominant energy that others can find uncomfortable. Alternatively, you could retreat back into a surrendered posture of passivity to life's challenges. Okay, so these men and women can be very passive when it comes to challenges and obstacles, all right? They're not pretty much direct with it when things go on to take place. They don't take the aggressive approach in it. They are more passive aggressive in their approaches. Defeated before you start. Okay, so these men and women can feel like when problems arise, obstacles arise, they can sell themselves short to the fucking battle, okay? Almost like they're late to the fucking party because they're acting as if they don't want to be prepared for what might go on to take place. They don't want to go through the change that might go on to take place. But these men and women are going to have to deal with what's going to go on and what is going to be presented to them, period. Certainly, learning how to live with Any restrictions imposed by Saturn may be a necessary form of adjustment. Although this should not imply a resignation to them, but merely a conscious moderation to circumstances and consequent steps to transcend them later. The choice is yours to reshape your lifestyle pattern into a way that it is more suitable and open to development. Okay, so now when it comes down to self-expression for these men and women, self-expression and creativity may feel restricted. Although this is often dependent on your confidence in your abilities and self-image, rather than on any lack of talent and qualities. Being able to perceive yourself in a positive light may become a key to your success, because that would also alter your relationships with other people. There may be an emotional reserve and lack of warmth in your social contacts. So these men and women can appear to be motherfucking cold, okay, heartless, ruthless, cold-hearted to people when they are interacting with people. This is just what it is, y'all. This is what could go on and take place with these men and women. You have to remember that their sun, their ego, is now squaring their Saturn. Okay? So a lot of times these men and women may not feel comfortable with expressing any and everything to you. Okay? When problems do arise, they may back away and shy away from circumstances where other people might gravitate. These people are going to pull back. Okay? Regroup, analyze things, and get their minds right. That's what's going to go on here. Okay? So I said that, right? Okay. So there may be an emotional reserve, lack of warmth in your social contacts, so that you feel uncomfortable in bridging social divides and entering deeper relationships. Cooperation may need further development, and that air of familiarity and strictness may have to be relaxed so that friendships or partnerships can be more easily formed. So these men and women have a difficulty with forming friendships and relationships. Now, even when they do form these relationships and partnerships, okay, friendships, it could be even difficult for these men and women to maintain them. It's almost like people are putting high expectations and high demands onto them, and these men and women are, to be completely honest, they're unable to fulfill. They are full-blown unable to fulfill what other people are seeking out of them. They're only going to be who they're going to be. They're only going to do what the fuck they're going to fucking do. So it's not going to be people telling them how they should be, and this is this and this is that. No, these men and women are not about that. Okay, they could be very shut off, very closed off. They will withdraw themselves, regroup, pull back from a situation, distance themselves, not communicate with you. Okay, so you need to watch it with these men and women. Watch it. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so now moving forward. The need for relaxation is present in both your outer and inner relationships. You may be unable to see your nature and direction clearly, and this creates an insecurity which destabilizes your self-esteem. And I know I'm messing up. So what's going on here is that you may be unable to see your full-blown nature and your life path and your direction clearly. Okay? And this creates an insecurity inside these men and women that is very destabilizing to their self-esteem. Okay, so they can have a lot of blows, a lot of shots to their self-esteem. And what it comes from is that a lot of times these men and women, they think negatively more than positively. Okay, so situations happen, problems arise, and even regular day-to-day shit, they will be more prone to look at things in a negative way, or what could go wrong, what could happen, what if this, What if that she's up to this? He's up to that. He's on some bullshit. She's on some bullshit. You see what I'm saying? Instead of just looking at it from an optimistic standpoint, these men and women do not do this. Doesn't mean that they cannot change this, because they damn sure can. Personal tightness and control may need to be revised, okay? And greater self relaxation would be highly beneficial, especially in changing certain attitudes and increasing their physical vitality, which periodically can become low as the energy is diverted towards restraint. Becoming looser, more tolerant, accepting, and understanding would act as a great liberator. Okay, so these men and women need to loosen up. They need to be more tolerant and accepting and understanding to people, to relationships, to friendships. Okay, and this is extremely difficult for these men and women to do. And I'm going to be honest with you right now. I have this aspect in my natal birth chart, and this shit ain't no easy shit to do. Okay, these men and women really need to exercise compromising. Okay, really learn how to compromise and be a little bit more tolerant. These men and women are not compromising in that kind of way, in a sense. Okay, because for them, compromising means they are changing who they are, and they don't want to do that. They don't want to do the damn shit. Okay, so it is extremely hard. All right, for them, friendships, relationships can feel like a loss. Okay, a loss of their freedom, a loss of their ability to be their true, authentic self. When problems arise and people say certain things, these men and women can look at it like, you're trying to judge me. You're trying to make me be somebody I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. Who the fuck do you think you are? Okay, I'm going to be who the fuck I am. And if you don't like it, then I don't care. Move the fuck on. Whatever. I won't call you. I won't pick up the phone. And I ain't coming to your thing. I won't come there. I won't be here. I won't pull up. And this is how these men and women are. I'm telling you. Oh, yeah, it is. So they do need to learn to be more tolerant and more accepting. Okay, and really have a more positive outlook on outcomes. Okay, it's difficult, but it can happen. All right. So now where was I at? Okay. So now a new inner balance and self-image is necessary for these men and women. As this is achieved, any outer frustrations will correspondingly start to dissolve in equal measures to the increase in your self-confidence and clarified in inner perspectives. While initially it may appear as if the outer world and people are opposing you, it is the same source which can offer great opportunities as your changes proceed. Through the interplay of your nature and the environment, many inner crises and tensions can be healed and resolved, releasing latent qualities, talents, and potentials in their renewal of blocked energy. So these men and women are struggling with blocked energy. Okay, and they really need an outlet to release it. I'm just gonna be honest. Look especially towards the house and signs of the sun, Saturn. Opposition for areas which could be especially essential for these men and women, or where your talents could be effectively applied. Okay, and I am going to go a little bit more deeper into this. Okay, just a little bit more deeper. You know how I do. So give me 1 minute. Okay, so now sun squared Saturn, once again, this is going to also indicate mastering the power of focus. Okay, so Saturn symbolizes your father. This has been pointed out in several different astrologers. Okay, we already know that Saturn does represent that. So now, if your natal sun squares Saturn, there are exceptional cases where a father plays a central role in the Sun Saturn person's life development. This might have something to do with how well Saturn is placed in the horoscope, okay? In most cases, the person with this aspect grows up without having the parental support that they needed in order to develop a healthy sense of self worth. Okay, so the father could have definitely been absent in these men and women lives. Okay, could have been absent. All right, also passive or problematic father figures creates a sense of insecurity inside these men and women because how a father treats you is symbolically speaking how the world treats you. Okay, so at least until you manage to overwrite the original dysfunction pattern, okay, this can be a constant theme for these men and women. All right, the way that they are looking at their father, perceiving their fathers, all right, can also be to them how people are also perceiving them. So now we all know that the father represents the authority figure. Okay, usually the father is the real strong, the disciplinarian. Okay, so now just going a little further. Okay, with Saturn, there is always a possibility of a serious development. We need to be sensitive to the fact that Saturn's expression changes depends on what time of life you are in. A serious family event during the formative years, parents slash divorce, okay, could deeply impact the identity development of the child, okay? A same event much later in life might not have as serious an impact. Okay, so what's going on is that early on in life, something went on and took place with these men and women. Maybe their parents split up. Maybe their parents got a divorce. Maybe their parents maybe the father was in and out the home. Maybe the father died. Okay, whatever went on and took place, this affected the child's outlook on life, on how the life, and as far as the world is going to be presented to them. Okay, and this is just what it is. Okay, this does indicate extreme daddy issues, father's issues. Okay, having issues with the father. So, you may have grown up with a remote, passive, or a tyrannical father. Either way, a father's love and support might not have been there. Okay, it might not have been secure for the child in the child's childhood. There are exceptional cases where a father plays a central role in the Sun Saturn person's life development, which I've previously already read. I read that. I'm sorry. Okay, but yes, there are daddy issues that these men and women are struggling with. So now, if you struggle from a sense of inferior or insecurity due to problematic family backgrounds, it's important to know that you can overcome this pattern. These men and women can overcome it. They can do it. Each, um, sorry, skip that. The truth is, only you have the power to make you feel safe. Other people, no matter how much they care for you, cannot give you the self assurance that comes from accepting complete responsibility for your own well being. Okay, this is what these men and women are going to be geared towards, their own well being. Okay, no one is coming to save you, not your family, not your parents, and not your soulmate. Wanting someone else to save you is the residual effect of not having the father figure that protected you and made you feel safe as a child. Okay, this is a very deep um aspect to have. I'm sorry, it is. The truth is, only you have the power to make you feel safe. Okay? Other people, no matter how much they care for you, cannot give you the self assurance that comes from accepting complete responsibility for your own well being. You need to live your own life. If you accept responsibilities for your own happiness, then you no longer need to measure up to someone else's expectations. Instead of acting in order to please someone else and seek their approval and protection, you act in order to fulfill your own sense of purpose. Your relationship gets better when you assume responsibility to make yourself happy, okay? As opposed to expecting your partners to make you happy. When you accept ownership of your own life, you have more to give to other people. The Saturnian concept of self responsibility extends to all areas of your motherfucking life. Okay? Work, business, relationships, health, finances, and even spirituality. You tend to do better in the areas of your life where you accept self responsibility, including being responsible enough to ask for help when you need it. This is major with these men and women. They have difficulties with doing those kind of things, those very exact things that I just said. Oh, yes, they do. hmm They do. Okay. So I'm just going to read this last thing while I'm on a roll. Okay. One second. Where was I at? Okay. And this is going to be the last part of this. So, people having their sun squared Saturn aspect in the natal birth chart can be too hard on themselves for this reason. They're self criticizing and causes a very low self esteem. Not to mention, others will judge them harshly as well. And this way increases their negativity. Okay, this is what goes on and takes place with these men and women. People are judging them constantly and consistently on their personality, on their beliefs, on their views on life. Okay, and these men and women get sick and tired of that goddamn shit. Having to face many difficult challenges ever since childhood. They're known to mature faster than others and to be very good at finding solutions to problems. These men and women are excellent at problem solving. They had to deal with a whole bunch of shit when they was damn kids. Grew up, still got to deal with stuff. And then on top of dealing with things, they have to deal with people constantly, like I said, putting on high expectations onto them. Okay, these men and women are not going for the okie though. They ain't going for that. Mm-mm. Okay, so now all the aspects involving Saturn are known to make people improve with age. So men and women born during the Sun squared Saturn transit are usually these late bloomers who are investing a lot of their determination to deal with their problems. This helping them become very disciplined, ambitious, and responsible. So these men and women are destined and will be very disciplined, very ambitious, and responsible because of it. And you know what happens when you become those kind of things? No matter what somebody says to you, okay, you're going to push through. You're going to make sure that this is for you. This is provided for you. You're going to get that job. You're going to be that owner of this business. You're going to have things in order and in place, structured, okay, organized, all right, very analytical on top of that. All right, now, if unable to let go of their ego and selfishness, they can end up being the victim of many disappointments and become highly frustrated, also negative to the extreme. It looks like they know their responsibilities because the lessons they learned in life were hard, especially in matters related to the house. Okay, the house that the sun and the planet Saturn are occupying. Okay, so wherever your sun is placed and wherever your Saturn is placed, this is going to be the area of your life that was extremely difficult for you. Okay, they can't express themselves without limits because they're too self conscious and all the time feeling inadequate. Many of them are likely very close to their father, whereas others may lose this dear person in their life at a very young age. Some of them may marry a person who has been widowed. Others, a much older or younger individual. So these men and women can marry somebody that lost a partner in their life, or these men and women can marry somebody that's extremely older than them, okay, or just maybe even a little older than them, or younger than them, okay, so it can play out any kind of way. Their health may be affected by a lack of energy. Not to mention their teeth and bones are very sensitive. And as if like this wouldn't be enough, their older children may have many health problems as a result. Okay? A lot of what's happening to these men and women during their Sun squared Saturn aspect depends on how they're reacting to different experiences and their inner forces. For example, when being too aggressive and straightforward, they can impede others from wanting to collaborate with them, especially if unable to notice what effects they're having on others or what feelings these may have. Oftentimes, this is only them extra. This is only them. Okay, I can't figure out this word. We're gonna have to move forward. This is only them extricating their fear regarding people. Not to mention, they tend to never relax, but instead to project their uptight attitude and domineering force onto others, making everyone feel very extremely uncomfortable. Some of them may become passive to any challenge and admit defeat before even starting to work on a project. All right. Also, with displacement, they indeed need to adapt to all restrictions Saturn is opposing them to. But this doesn't mean they should just withdraw and no longer take care of their problems. The best solution for these men and women would be to consciously modify the circumstances in their life and deal with them most efficiently afterwards. There are no more suitable than themselves to reshape their lifestyles in a way that could help them evolve. They may have issues expressing themselves and being creative. These things depending a lot on their confidence and the way they're seeing themselves, not on their talents and positive traits. They should positively see themselves because this will help them succeed and have strong relationships with other people. And I am going to leave this on this note for now. So now, in future videos to come, I will be going more into depth into this placement. Please be sure to check out my online store. It is Grimy Gear at www.grimygear.com. If you need a caterer, be sure to hit me up. I am the chef goddess also at supremeroyalcatering@gmail.com. If anybody needs their chart to be analyzed so they can fully understand and grasp what is going on, I got you. Okay? The birth chart will be $70 for 2 hours. If you need a synastry chart, it is $90 for 2 hours. Tarot card reading, $50. And all information that you need for all other services will be in the About section on my YouTube channel. I do also have a playlist created for you so you can seek out and check out those videos. Okay? So, I understand that I've been lately really have been messing up on a lot of different words. Okay, I am just going right off of my tablet and things like that. You know, these words are they're fucking difficult sometimes. Shit, you know what it is, but some of you don't, because some of you know a whole bunch of shit. But it's okay. But I do fumble over my words, and a lot of times what it is nervous energy. I did used to wear glasses also, and I do fumble over my words because my mind goes so damn fast that when I'm speaking, it comes out blurred sometimes. But I'm so appreciative that everybody understands exactly what I'm saying and where I'm coming from any damn way. So, this has been a Force of Nature, Spiritual Awakening. Love is love. Peace and blessings to you all. And I will see you on the next one.